Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Takopi's Original Sin episode number 2 reaction. Alright, the previous episode, it was the beginning of the show. It is a show about an alien and this one girl. So the alien, which is an octopus, comes and he comes from a planet called Happy Planet. His mission is to spread happiness. He's kind of like Doraemon. He brings out like gadgets and stuff. But the person that he tries to help is this girl who's getting bullied. And yeah, a lot of things happen there, and he decides to help her out, goes back in time with one of his gadgets, trying to understand humans and, like their whole, the way humans are. Because the concept of people being mean to each other and miserable towards one another is something that's so foreign to him, he just doesn't get it. So everything he takes it in a very positive manner and doesn't realize what's actually happening. But little by little, he understands, he's trying to understand. And yeah, but at the same time, the person who's bullying the girl seems like he also has a few issues in her house. So, let's see what what we see in this episode. Let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference. Let's begin. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, damn. Right. True. I doubt that. Okay. Hmm. Yeah. Oh, he left. Wait, did they mention this in the previous episode? I forgot. Right. Hmm. Okay. That was the sixth day. Oh. So something happens to the dog today. But a lot of things changed from back then. Oh my gosh, she's here. Oh my god. Oh my god. No. Uh. Oh, he. Oh, so she. Oh, I thought she killed the dog hers. But oh. So that's what happened. Wait, so all of that happened back then as well? Yeah, well, he can go back in time, so I feel like he should snap another picture later on. I don't think that'll work. Yeah, it won't work. She's following her. So it won't matter where she goes. She's just gonna follow her. Nope, she's gonna end up going to her house. Yeah, because she's targeting her. Yeah. Yeah. So maybe. Oh god. Also, Takopi doesn't realize that because of her losing the dog, she took her life. Oh no, he understands that. Okay. Right. Yeah. Well, so oh, okay, so they didn't kill. Okay. But still, it's just like, the dog was just one of her only friends. Yeah, that's why the dog didn't. Her dad says, "What? Oh my god, that is crazy. This is Yeah, so her mother just doesn't. Yeah, that's what you're talking about. Your child is all like maybe bring someone, but no, it's not that easy. Maybe. Oh boy. Yeah, what's this music? Why is this music playing? Oh my god. No! Oh my god. This is. She got her dog to bite? Yeah, it's pretty difficult to get out of the. Why is her hand in a sling? Takopi is just. Because Takopi got hit before, he realizes, the fear set in. Oh. Oh no, he's gonna get targeted now. Or there, or maybe not. There's a high possibility he might get targeted later. Oh my god, they have the flower on her. Yep, she's planning something else. Okay, right. Oh, she's fine. You see, her hand is just. Yeah, her hand is just fine. Okay. Yeah. Okay, bro. Yeah. Yeah, it's okay. Great. Oh, this is father. Yeah, well, she hits her. Oh God. What? What was when? Wait, did they lie to her? That, oh, they lied to her, or I don't know. No, she might be lying. Okay, never mind. I don't think the chap is dead, but she's lying. So, uh, okay, so uh, yeah, okay, Taco is realizing now. Yeah, okay. What? Yeah, well, wait, what happened? What the? How? Wait, what? How did that happen? Wait, is Takopi that strong or something? Because he jumped with the camera. What the hell? Yeah, with the camera? Oh no, it broke! Oh my god! This is horrible. Well, yeah, you smacked him with the camera. Yeah, this. Okay, well, wait, is this really happening? Or is this Takopi's own way of looking at the. I feel like this is just Takopi's. Like. Oh no, she's actually doing that. Damn. Day 7. Yeah, the camera broke. So this means if Shizuka also takes her life, you won't be able to bring her back. I don't understand one, like, how the hell did, like, how. I'm guessing Taku is very strong. Like, we still haven't seen him, like, attack someone or anyone until this episode. He's an alien. So, like, we had no clue about how physically strong he is. When he got hit by Marina, he just took it, if you remember. Oh my god. Okay, is that it? Yeah. Alright, that was episode 2. So, this took a direction that I wasn't expecting. Like, I don't know. There was two things I wasn't expecting. Number one, the camera breaking. Number two, like Mina just dying. So yeah, I don't know what I'm expecting anymore. Like, I don't know. I just thought up until the end this is going to continue. Maybe Takopi will be able to help Mina by the end of it. Like, I wasn't expecting this abrupt, just like, Mina just dying, and then, like, the camera also breaking. So yeah, I'm not sure which direction this is going to take now. Because the thing is, like, she was getting bullied by Mina, and everyone else was just latching to it. So now that Mina's gone, I don't think anyone will have the courage to bully Shizuka. But at the same time, then what are we going to, like? What's going to happen then? Like, are we going to delve deeper into the family now? Like, like my Shizuka's mother, like, and all that. So yeah, let's wait and see, because yeah, I genuinely wasn't expecting that. Um, okay, now today's episode was, we get to see, like, that whole scene of how we saw this in the first episode where um like, she was all like beaten up. She had the dog collar just there, and then the next day she took her life. Um i throughout this episode I was wondering that if she took her life back then, like, the fact that she still is going along with Takopi, I was wondering, like, maybe something changed Chappie didn't die. That's why she didn't take her life this time. But then I realized what exactly happened. So in the previous runs, the first run that we had, where Shizuka took her life and Takopi went back, this is probably how it went. Exactly like this. Like she lured in Shizuka, made like hit her. That's why Chappie attacked her. The other people saw, and then they reported the dog. The dog was taken. Um, you know, Shizuka's mother probably said that, oh yeah, your father is going to take care of the dog. Shizuka was sad, but she was still like, at least the dog was alive. She was, and then this happened when Mina took her over here, beat her up, and then told her that, oh, your dog is dead. You know, and I'm pretty sure Mina was lying, because how the hell would she know? Like, and that wasn't even like, it was like a small little bite. So, and I don't know how these things work. But my biggest question is, if truly what happened, I don't think the mother, like Shizuka's mother, would have told her that, oh, the dog has been taken, it's with your father. I don't think she has any reason to lie to her daughter like that, because you can see she literally doesn't care about her. you know so she probably would have said like, oh yeah, they took the dog and the dog is dead, directly, probably to her daughter. I don't know, like, maybe I'm being a little bit harsh on her, but like, you saw today that how she was literally just not even, like, she was like beaten up and everything, and she was talking about the flower. She's like, oh, what's up with the flower? So yeah, looking at that, I am assuming she's the type of person that would probably just directly tell her that, oh yeah, your dog is dead, and literally wouldn't care. So her saying that the dog was taken, she has no reason to lie to her. So I think Mina was lying there, and she deliberately did that and pushed her and to like take her own life, Shizuka's life. So that's what happened. You know, this time we saw what happened because Takopi was back then. Takopi wasn't there with her. Takopi always used to stay back in that park. So since we're seeing the story from Takopi's point of view, we didn't see all of that. This time, however, since Takopi is always like accompanying Shizuka, we saw exactly everything that happened. So yeah, that's exactly how she did it in the previous run as well, Marina. And like in the end, like Shizuka took her life, and that probably would the same thing probably would have happened here as well if Takopi didn't kill Marina. You know, so yeah, and so that's the whole situation. Now the thing about Marina is, like I said, I knew that she was being mistreated by her mother, and you saw that. Like we saw that happen over there. Um, and yeah, and that is why she is just like bullying Shizuka, because she has no one else to, I guess, like act like this against. Like, she is, you know all the like everything that she's going through in her house, she's like, oh yeah, it's Shizuka's mother's fault. Obviously she cannot do anything to Shizuka's mother directly, so she's targeting Shizuka, and she's doing all of that to her. And and she's like, yeah, it's all your fault, even though that's obviously not her fault. Like, what her mother does or what Mina's father does, and the fact that Mina's mother hates her, that's also not her fault. But she needs someone to blame. Otherwise, she herself, her own mental stability will just, not be there. So she's letting out her like aggression and everything on Marina. Sorry, on Shizuka, and Shizuka has nowhere to go. So yeah, like, that's the whole thing. Now obviously that doesn't make it right. Like, she doing all of this. um but like I said this in the previous episode as well, that I've seen a lot of animes where just characters just bully people for this, just for whatever reason, no reason at all. But like, Mina is going through a lot of things herself. So I guess, like, there's at least like some kind of a explanation here why Mina does that to Shizuka. But obviously that doesn't make it right. The ones at fault here are obviously her parents, and hmm, yeah, I would say Shizuka's mother as well, partially, because like the fall, a little bit fall lays with her because she herself doesn't like literally care. Like it's pretty obvious about Shizuka herself, you know. So she's not really trying to help her daughter herself. She's just doing her own thing. Obviously, the biggest person at fault here, I would say, is Mina's father. You know, then I would say that Mina's mother, because Mina's mother, you like, yeah, obviously you're going through all of this. Your husband is doing all of that, and he's also making like this whole scene and everything. Um, and they're fighting every day, but that doesn't give you the right to abuse your own child. You know, like that is, yeah, that's not the thing. So yeah, obviously the biggest person, the first person who's the biggest, like one at fault is her father, is Mina's father. Then I'd say Mina's mother, for hitting her like that and abusing her, and then obviously, like I said, like everyone, I feel like everyone, most of the people in this show is like some way or the other is at fault with the whole situation that is going on. You know, like Shizuka being mistreated like this, like every single person except I guess Takopi, like and yeah, Takopi only, because and Chappie, I guess, because like just think about it. um oh, and that I probably put that guy as well, that the glasses guy. He is kind of trying to help, but at the same time he doesn't know what to do. So he's also not at relief, like fault here. But every other person in this show that we have kind of seen is the reason, because I'd say the homeroom teacher is clearly at fault as well. She's not doing any, it's pretty damn clear what's going on. She's not doing anything, like, and that in itself makes her at fault. You are a freaking teacher, for God's sake. At least try. Or like, maybe I'm just jumping to conclusion. Maybe she tried before and it didn't work out. I don't know. I need more context, I guess. But that's that. Then obviously we have the other students who are jumping in on this. Like in this bullying with Marina, like they're just doing it for, because the person Mina is pretty, I guess, like popular in that class, so they're just like stringing along with her in this whole like thing. The other students who are not really directly involved with the bullying, but they're also like saying all of these stuff behind Mina's back, Shizuka's back. They're not directly participating, but they're also a lot at fault in this whole thing as well. They're like bad mouthing him back and behind her back and everything. All those things we saw in today's episode. So every single character, you can say, here is at fault, like except a handful few. So yeah, it's just, what can I say? It's just like bullying. I've seen bullying happen and everything, but this, I feel like this is like too far. Like this should be like some kind of a like limit to everything. Like the fact that the teachers are just so nonchalant about things that has gone up until to this degree is kind of making me very confused. Like you see that the homely teacher literally doesn't care. You can see she's just yeah, like just comes and like does her job and then goes back home, I guess. While we have Shizuka here on her the table that she's sitting on, filled with all those scribbles and graffiti. Her bag just being tattered and just wet half of the time because they're probably dumping water into it. Shizuka herself, her dress being torn and untidy because Mina's just shoving her around and kicking her. Her face having bruises all on. Yeah, like I said, there should be some kind of a line that shouldn't be crossed. And the fact that the teacher just even doesn't even care, even though the line has been crossed so like much before, it's just baffling to me. I don't know. And they're how old are they? Are they elementary schoolers, or like are they juniors high school, juniors? God damn it! what do you call them? Junior, middle, and high, right? Junior, right? Yeah. Like, yeah, I'm guessing is that the fact that the teacher does is, oh god, I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyways, and then like I said, we have the mother as well. Like, I'm talking about Mina's mother, who's just doing this to her own child because, it is absolutely ridiculous. Like, you're like, yeah, I can understand that you have a lot of things on your plate, but at the same time, the fact that you're a grown ass adult, unable to control your emotion, and you're dumping that on your child, who's how many years old, is absolutely shameful and ridiculous. Like, like, I don't want to hear your sob story because I understand, yeah, it is pretty bad in your looking at it from your perspective as well. Your husband is doing all of this, and he's coming and doing, like, like making like a ruckus and everything. I can understand, but that gives you no freaking right to do that to your own child. Like, what the hell? That is absolutely, I don't know, man. I just cannot. Like, yeah, people might say that, oh yeah, like she's probably mentally exhausted, mentally broken down, and all that stuff. I don't want to listen to any of that. As an adult, as a parent, you should have that amount of, I don't know, maybe self control. Like, if you're that frustrated, like, try to, like, like fight with your husband or whatever. I don't know. Why are you doing involving the child into this? A child who has nowhere else to go except their parents. At this age, a child has nowhere else to go except their parents, and you're doing this to your child. Where the hell is your child going to go? Who is she going to ask for help? Absolutely horrible. Like, Mina's mother, I'm talking about. Like, she's directly attacking her, abusing her. You can see that. Like I said, I don't want to listen to any of those, like, yeah, like she's mentally, like, I understand, but I will not accept that. As an adult, you have, and as a mother, you have the responsibility to at least be decent to your child and understand that she has nowhere else to go at that age. So maybe I shouldn't be abusing her and pushing her to a corner. Anyways, that's what pisses me off the most here. Um, and then talking about, what's her name, Shizuka's mother. Like, I still don't understand her deal. It seems like she knows that her daughter's getting bullied, but she doesn't care, you know. And obviously she has a job and everything, and she was like talking about how, like, oh, she'll have to go and apologize to, um, you know, Shizuka's father and all that. So yeah, well, at least I guess she's not abusing her daughter, directly. Mentally, yeah, I guess it's still working, but physically, at least she's not hitting her. But still, this doesn't make it any better, I guess. But either way, um, yeah. So that's the situation. Now, obviously, Takopi in this episode, you can see he's still trying to understand, but he just doesn't get it. He just doesn't get it. I don't know how long it'll take him to. I guess by the end, he's still like, like I feel like the whole thing kind of flipped completely by the end. Like, where you can see Takopi is concerned about the fact that Mina's dead, but Shizuka's like, oh yeah, you killed her. So, thank you so much. And Takopi's just flabbergasted. He's like, oh, okay. Like, he understands that this is wrong, but he also realizes that, yeah, like, Shizuka's happy about this. Yeah. But yeah, you can see throughout this episode, Takopi's still trying to understand what the hell is up with these humans. He's still trying to understand. Like, whenever like Shizuka's being sad and everything, he's like, oh, maybe she's hungry or something. Maybe she needs to eat this bread. And then when Shizuka and Mina's like talking and everything, and when he sees that Mina is talking to Shizuka and Shizuka actually responded, Takumi's like, oh yeah, maybe finally she responded. Maybe they're going to become friends now. Yeah, well, there you go. So then that happens. Also, the fact that Takopi is scared extremely because he now knows what it means to be at the receiving end of someone's, like, like anger and like getting physically attacked. Like he realizes that, and he's very, you know, he's very scared now. He's just, and I don't blame him for that, because like someone who is like from a planet where, like, not even that, just like, just think about normal us, us people who are usually in like the peace loving, side. We don't like engage in like fights and everything. Maybe when we were kids, maybe we had a few scraps here and there with our friends. That's it. you know and people like us, who are just peace loving people who don't engage in like punching someone or getting punched, if you suddenly get punched by someone and you realize how much it hurts, or how much it is like, painful, for the first time you realize that, yeah, like next time if a certain situation comes where there's a potential like chance of you getting punched, you are going to freeze up, because you remember that how it felt back then and how helpless you were, and you'll freeze up and you won't be able to do it. And that's us human beings. Takopi, he is even in a more worse situation, because he comes from a planet where like these type of things doesn't even exist. They just have a few quarrels now and then, and they make up. That's all. He's from this happy planet where everything is happy. So not only is he getting subjected to human cruelty firsthand, and when he doesn't have any kind of understanding about it, he even got hit by Marina. So he just, as soon as he sees Marina, and he remembers that, he's just freezing. He just cannot do anything. So you cannot really blame him. Like you cannot blame him, because he just doesn't know any of these things, and anyone would act like this in this type of situation. People who are not accustomed to getting hit, they're gonna freeze up. So yeah, but the fact that he still tried to help, Shizuka, was pretty good. But he did end up killing Marina, so yeah, that's that, I guess. I still don't understand how he did that, but I'm assuming is because we haven't seen Takopi hitting someone or doing anything, so we don't know. We just got to see him getting hit, and that's it. So maybe he's very strong. He's an alien, so who the hell knows how strong he is? Maybe he's extremely strong. Maybe his species is extremely strong, and he just doesn't know it. So him just going and probably trying to stop Maina back then, trying to attack Shizuka, like he tried to stop him, like he just jumped towards her with the camera and probably tried to stop her by using the camera to kind of hit her or something. And he couldn't gauge how strong he is or how much strength you should put, and he ended up hitting her so hard that she just, she died. So it's probably something like that, I think. I don't know. Otherwise, it makes no sense. How the hell can you do that? The camera also broke, so now you cannot go back in time. But it seems like Shizuka doesn't want that. Shizuka is very happy about the fact that Mina's gone. And Takopi is just like, oh, like, yeah, I know this is not okay, but Shizuka is happy about this, so, and I'm happy about the fact that Shizuka is happy. Now, this is the part where I'm having one concern, which is, because of this, I feel like there's a high possibility that Shizuka might now ask Takopi to just kill people who, I don't know. You know what? Let's wait for the next episode. I'm guessing we'll get our answers. Like exactly how Shizuka will transform now that she has someone by her side who can just literally do something like this. And the thing is, since Takopi is an alien, like people will not really understand, I guess, how the murder happened. But I guess Shizuka will probably be questioned because she was there at the very end. I don't know. You know what? Let's wait. Let's wait for the next upcoming episodes. We'll see how this goes, and which direction it takes. Because I generally don't know which direction it's going to go now. Like I had a certain idea up until when I watched the first episode, I had a certain idea maybe it's going to go like this, but now I'm actually clueless. I have no idea now which direction this is going to go. So let's wait and see. Right, now let's talk about another character here who we didn't really see that much, but it's that guy, the glasses guy, who kind of tried to help Shizuka here in this episode, and he did kind of help a little bit. When the girls were all just ganging up on her, he was like, "Oh, we have to go to the," and yeah, so that's that. I guess he couldn't really do anything other than that, because obviously, what else can he do? So, right. Now, other than that, what else? Let's talk about Marina. Today's episode, Marina, you can see obviously she was frustrated, and she just, just her getting she was getting abused in her household, and like I talked about it. She that's why she's like hitting Shizuka and all that, because she has nobody else to turn and put the blame on, because she's just a kid, obviously. So she's just doing this to someone who she can. That is Shizuka. And, you know, and she does all of that. And today's episode, we get to see what she actually did. She made this whole scene so that Chappie gets taken away from her. And then she lies to Shizuka. I think she was lying. I'm not 100% sure. She lies to Shizuka and tells her that, oh, your dog is dead. And then she's like, oh, then why don't you follow your dog? Do the same thing. And hit her, did all of that. And that's why you see in the very first episode, Shizuka comes all battered down and everything with the collar in her hand. That's after all of that, I guess. And then she really ends up taking her life. So yeah, and that would have happened if Takopi didn't do that, I guess. Right. But anyways, yeah, so that's basically Marina. She is also someone who's who's getting abused, and yeah, I guess I don't know. I genuinely cannot really, like, I genuinely cannot. I don't know. Like, I just cannot be maybe angry or mad at Marina. Is because her situation in itself is so crappy that I just, I can understand what she's doing is wrong, but at the same time I cannot be like angry at her in that sense, in the same way that I'm angry at the adults, if you know what I mean, what I'm trying to say here. like 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 I said, I talked about how I absolutely hate the fact that how Mina's mother is acting like this when she's a mother herself, and she should have a basic sense of not attacking your own child, because your child, you and your, husband is the only person who your child have. So if you start cornering your child yourself, where the hell is the child going to go? you know so as an adult, as a mother, you should at least, keep that in mind. So yeah. And obviously, like I said, the father is an absolute, like, the person who's like the biggest problem in this show. Mina's father, I feel like everything stems from him. Yeah, if you think about it. um I'm not saying anything about Shizuka's mother, because Shizuka's mother has her own faults. Obviously, I talked about it, but at the same time, she, her escort and everything, she does that to put food on the table. So, you know, so like I said, yeah. Now, like I said, we still haven't seen much of Shizuka's mother. So we saw a little bit today. I think we need to see more. I might change my mind very soon if we see her doing something absolutely crazy. I might change my mind, but let's wait and see. Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to say. I went on a tangent. I was talking about Mina. So yeah, what I'm trying to say here is that, like, I know what Mina is doing is wrong and everything, but I cannot really fault her in that way, because number one, she's a child. Number two, she herself is cornered, and like, the same amount of anger that I feel for her mother, her father, Shizuka's mother, maybe, the teachers, like all the adults here, I cannot really feel that same amount of anger for her because I also realize that she's a victim as well. You know, that's the thing. But obviously, what she's doing is obviously not okay. Right. So that's what, like, is what I think about Marina, I guess. But yeah, she just died, I guess, today. So I don't know. We'll probably not see her from here onwards. Or who knows, maybe something else will happen. I don't know. Takopi is still a mystery. Like maybe he has something that he can use later on to maybe, I don't know, do something. I have no idea. Or maybe it's just going to go in this direction and just it's going to go downhill from here onwards. Like this is the beginning of everything going downhill. I can feel it. If this continues like this is going to be, I don't know what this is going to be. It's going to be pretty dark from here onwards if this continues. Up until now, Takopi had that camera, so at least in my head, I was like, oh yeah, if something weird happens, something goes in a very bad direction, Takopi can go back. He cannot go back now. That's the problem here. And that's why I'm saying this is probably it's going to go downhill from here, unless and until he has some other thing that can maybe make things okay. Some other gadget. I don't know. But yeah, there you go. But obviously, Shizuka, you can see she's very happy about this whole thing because, for her, she was getting bullied every single day. And so, Mina just ended up dying, and Takopi did that. So she's like grateful to Takopi for doing that. So, so yeah, that's basically what Shizuka is like thinking. And yeah, I guess, that's that. Okay. Right. And I think that was it. Was there anything else that I forgot to talk about? Um. Oh, another thing, which is, as you can see, Takopi was trying to change the way things are going, but you can see even after like looping back multiple times, he cannot do anything because it was Mina who was targeting her. So even if he changes the route, even if he stays at home, he does all of that, it doesn't matter because Mina was targeting them. So wherever they are, she ends up coming there and dragging them into this whole thing. So that's why he couldn't really change anything in that way. That's why I was thinking, like, how do you change a situation like this? Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, maybe, but no, I don't think there's any way you can uh, do anything here. Maybe like go to a place where there's a lot of people so that she cannot do anything. But how long are you going to do that? You have to come back home at some point. And at home, her mother is not there. They're all alone. So she is going to do that somehow and just end up roping up the dog into this whole thing. And yeah. So there's genuinely I really cannot find any way you can overcome this whole situation where Mina herself was targeting them. Maybe like give her the slip, maybe somehow like make her lose her, like she was following them, so just make her lose her target somehow. But how the hell do you even do that? I guess maybe Takopi could have used some of his gadgets. Maybe like he has something like maybe some kind of an invisibility cloak or something. If he had, I don't know. He might have something in his pocket. That could have worked out maybe, you know. But yeah, other than that, there's the fact that she was targeting them, that you cannot really do anything over there. Now another thing I have to say is like it's just so absolutely crazy that literally there was nobody there when Mina comes and starts harassing Shizuka, and when as soon as she gets bit by Chappie, like it's like people are just suddenly just appeared out of thin air and they're like just there. Bro, you guys weren't here when she was harassing her and Chappie was like barking, trying to stop her from doing that. And now, as soon as Chappie bit her, everyone just suddenly appeared out of nowhere, materialized from thin air. Like, bruh. Yeah. Right. And there you go. I feel like the like Chappie probably would have been like just killed if like if he bit her, but he did bite her, so she got taken. But it wasn't really that much of an injury. It was just, did she even bleed? I don't think she even bled, right? It was just like a little bruise she had, and she was like had her hand in a sling, like, okay, right. Hmm. Yeah, and there you go. And that is it. Like I said, if things might start going downhill from here, just because of the fact that the camera is gone, like you cannot undo your what you have done. It's gonna stay. So right. Uh-huh. Let's see. Let's wait and see. Okay, so that is it. That was my reaction to episode number 2 of Takopi as Original Sin. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed. And comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And that is it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next week with another episode. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.